Hector Santiago is kind enough to put on the headsets. Hector, always a shy guy, never really wants to talk to people, but we really appreciate your time. I know this is a big deal that we actually get to finally talk to you.
Yeah.
With a headset on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's normal now. I think it's kind of the point where I love talking to you guys.
How's your spring going? If you had to give us a synopsis on your spring training, I'm sure you're glad that it's almost over, but in general, are you happy with what you were set out to accomplish this year?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, spring was pretty good. I accomplished a lot of things that I wanted to. I was really concentrated on some breaking balls, some sliders, and overall, I mean, it's better than I expected it to be. I mean, consistent. I threw it for strikes, threw it in the dirt when I wanted to. So it was a pretty good spring all around. Number-wise, I mean, I got up to, I pitched into 7 innings, got up at 6 innings a couple times. So it was nice. It was a very productive spring.
Yeah, I agree with you, Heck. You threw the ball very well. Let's go back to that slider you were talking about. And we talked about even down in Tempe. How important is that pitch for you to be able to get some early count outs because you can throw it to lefties and the righty batters?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's something that, you can, basically my last 5 years in the big leagues have been like power heater, just trying to like grind guys in and kind of force the issue where they're kind of getting themselves out in the heater. But something else I can throw, hard, something with some movement down the zone, get some early outs, get some ground balls in the infield, or get some swing and misses later on the count.
Hector, last year obviously an all-star for you. I'm sure it was exciting as all heck to be at Great American Ballpark and kind of soak that atmosphere in. The second half for you was a little bit, I'm assuming it was a little bit of a disappointment for you. You weren't able to kind of sustain that good first half, great first half that you had. Was there something that you said to yourself going into the offseason, said, I want to work on this, or I want to make sure I get this accomplished before I go into spring training?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, going into offseason, I try to take everything that I could from the first half. I try to use those positives. I try to forget about those, 6 games from the second half, because I know you were saying the second half was, so terrible. But honestly, if you look back, I think it was only like 12 starts, and 5 or 6 of them were really bad. Some of them were decent, some of them were good. I mean, it's just all around mix, and it just seemed like it was so bad because of those 5 terrible starts. But I try to forget about the second half and take the positives from the first half. I mean, I threw some great innings, some great pitches in that first half. I went back, looked at them, and I just try to, execute those as many times as I can in the offseason and spring training. So I forgot about the second half and try to use the first half as a motivation to kind of repeat that going into this year in the first half and the second half.
Yeah, Hector, you had that all-star season last year. You've accomplished so much. Now, how do you come into camp? You've established yourself as a very good major league starter. How is it different than it has been in the past for you as far as preparation for when the season comes around?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly try to take it as the same way. I try to take it as I'm coming to spring training where, I don't have a job. I'm trying to compete with these guys. And like you said, in spring training, we had 8 starters, with 5 positions. So, a couple guys are, a little banged up. But I just try to come in with the same mentality, attack the zone, go out there and, make some pitches, make some good pitches, every inning, try to make great quality pitches every single time I throw a pitch and never give in to anything. Not just try to throw a heater over the middle, strike one. I try to make every pitch, quality pitch, and I think that was the success from last year where I just, if I grinded down, I was like, hey, I'm gonna throw a sinker down away. I threw a sinker down away. I wasn't just giving in to any hitter because it was a 9-hole or a pitcher. I took every single time I touched the ball, I took it with a reason, with a purpose behind it.
Hey, Hector, by the way, how good does it feel that he's a left-handed pitcher to have those guys on the left side of the infield with Escobar and Simmons be able to field some of those ground balls you get thrown that way?
It's great. The other day I told Escobar, Simmons, I'm like, hey man, like, don't expect too many ground balls. And 7 ground balls later, he's like, bro, I think you told me not to expect any ground balls over here. I'm like, well, this new pitch is, I guess, is working and getting some ground balls.
2 outs with A.J. Ellis at the plate. Hector Santiago joining us here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ellis with a 2-1 count. Heaney's pitch is over toward the hole. And cut off by Escobar.
It's on cue for you.
There goes that deep. Great play. I mean, it's tough. You got to get up right there. But it's a great play. You said it too soon.
Said it too soon. There you go. It's an error on Yunel Escobar. That will allow A.J. Ellis to get to second base.
I think that's a great play right there. I don't know if last year we get to that ball.
Yeah, that's great range.
That's a great play.
When you think about it, that's a tough play.
Shortstop number 6, Charlie Culberson.
And that's the thing, getting back to, as a pitcher, And you talked about you're a strikeout, at times fly ball type pitcher, but with that good slider you've been working on, even your changeup, you're going to get some more action on the ground to that side of the infield. It's got to make you feel good with those guys there.
Definitely. It's proven in spring training. I've gotten way more balls like hit towards third base and into that 6-hole this spring training than I ever have. And with those guys over there, we're going to cover a lot of ground. Escobar was a former shortstop, so he's going to get a lot more range than a third baseman would go. And so and Simmons just feels like he's got a chance to get to everything. He seems like he's involved in anything behind Escobar and anything behind Giovatello behind second base. So
Charlie Culberson pinch hitting here for Corey Seager. Hector, we certainly appreciate your time. Before we let you go, we're trying to figure out how in the heck did you get on the Angels fan cruise when neither Gooby or I have been invited ever?
I always ask him, like, hey, where's these guys at? Like, why are they not on these cruises? I don't know. I guess it's because I'm the only one that said yes. Everybody else wanted to, be home. So they're like, well, I guess we'll take the only person that says yeah,
Did you have a good time, though?
Oh, it was phenomenal. Last year was great, and then this year was even better. It was a half day shorter, and it was even a better cruise. A lot of the same people. We played some games. It was beautiful. I really hope they add it back in. I know that this year was the last year of it, but I hope in the future they bring it back.
Well, Gooby,
and we can invite you guys.
Yeah, well, no chance of getting Gooby out there. It's like the fear of heights. I don't think he likes boats either. Hey, we appreciate your time, man. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no
always.
problem. No problem. You guys have a good one.
Santiago joining us. We're going to the 7th inning. It's still a 1-1 tie.